Yeah, so unfortunately, it looks like I have to be making another video, even though it's 9 p.m. on a Sunday evening, and I'm trying to enjoy my evening. Actually, I'm trying very hard to enjoy my evening and have some peace and quiet. And due to circumstances that are completely beyond my control, I can't. I am a master's level, trained and educated career research scientist with over a dozen scientific studies co-authored under my name in some of the highest end scientific journals in the world. My first scientific study was published in the European Journal of Cancer in 1996 when I was just 22 years old. And I co-authored another 13 or so scientific studies after that in even higher end scientific journals, such as the journal Nature, the journal Nature Medicine, the Journal of Laboratory Investigation, the Journal of Cancer Research, American Journal of Pathology, etc., etc. So when I notice that something is happening,
watch world-class soccer live on a variety of networks.
Yeah, all of a sudden there's a commercial on my YouTube Music. That's a live feed. That's weird. When I notice things that other people are too stupid, unobservant, and dense to observe, it does not mean that I'm delusional, that I'm schizophrenic, that I'm paranoid, or that I'm crazy. It means I'm doing exactly what I was extensively trained and educated to do, and was paid very well and was very successfully at doing for 18 years. Between 1995 and 2012, I worked almost continuously as a master's level research scientist in the biotechnology and pharmaceutical industries, as well as at Harvard Medical School for 13 years, which is considered academic research. I made a video yesterday about how this entire area, not just my apartment and this building, but the entire corner around this building, which is the intersection of Union Ave and Green Street in Jamaica Plain, Boston. Jamaica Plain is a neighborhood of Boston. It's not a separate city with a separate town hall. It's actually just a part of Boston. Things were actually scary quiet around here throughout the entire day. It felt as if there was some kind of a impending, storm or like bomb scare or something. You know how things get very, very quiet right before there's a blizzard. There's no sirens. All of a sudden, there are no helicopters. There are no cars pulling up in front of the building, blasting music for, hours at a time. There are no moronic nut jobs screaming and shouting out on the street corners for hours at a time, because those are all the normal types of noises that occur around here every hour of every day, pretty much. Yesterday was so silent. I was literally wondering if there was some kind of a storm coming or something. There isn't. And the silence only lasted until this morning, when right around 8:30 a.m., the usual screaming nut jobs out on the corner of Union Ave and Green Street started literally screaming and shouting again. Then there were a lot of sirens, and the police officers from the E13 station located right around the corner from here, they like to blast their sirens as they are passing by the corner of Union Ave and Green Street. And they did this like a dozen times throughout the morning. All of a sudden, right as they're passing by the building, it's almost like they're saying hi to all their friends in this building, because most of the Boston police officers are stupid woke, and this is a woke building. I am not a woke person, so they have a problem with me. And throughout the afternoon, the same psychopath, sex offender, cybercriminal, and psychotic stalker named Jasmine Irizarry, who lived in the unit directly behind this wall for 10 of the last 12 years, started engaging once again in the same exact pattern of stalking, harassment, and aggression directly behind that wall as she did during the 10 years that she officially lived in that unit. The bathroom of Unit 78 is located directly behind this wall. It is a bathroom. It's not a living space. The living space of Unit 78 is separated from this unit by my bathroom and the bathroom directly behind this wall. So when somebody starts slamming things around in the bathroom behind this wall and filling this entire corner, and yes, I'm hanging out my pajamas to let them air out, when they fill this entire corner right here with intense and overpowering cigar smoke, marijuana fumes, odors of intense, nauseating, burning rubber for hours at a time. They are sitting in a tiny, windowless, unventilated bathroom and behaving like a psycho. And that is what this person, Jay Irizarry, verifiably did during the 10 years that she was officially housed in Unit 78, according to the Greenville Group and according to my own multiple run-ins with her in the hallways and the stairwells and the doorways of this building. She also used to show up on the subway when I'd be going to work or coming home in the evenings so frequently between 2013 and 2018, I'd say, that I actually talked to Greenville management about her because she was always everywhere. And I was like, well, does she work like, where I work? I mean, this person's always everywhere I go. And they're like, no, she just targets people, meaning she stalks them, right? She was everywhere. Everywhere I went, all of a sudden she'd be right there. So she verifiably lived in this building and had some kind of knowledge of where I was going and when I was going there, because she would literally show up all the time everywhere I went. Then that stopped. So she must have been told to stay in the building. And then she started engaging in all kinds of psychotic cyber crimes and hacking my devices, deliberately remotely interfering with their functioning, particularly when I was sending emails about her psychotic behavior behind this wall to management or to the local police department. Or even to local mental health services, because when somebody sits in a bathroom that is the size of a postage stamp, so this is my bathroom right here, it's tiny. Why would anybody spend hours, sitting in there for hours, right? That's not normal. That is psychotic stalking, aggression, and harassment to a level that is mentally disturbed and needs to be taken care of, right? Maybe she needs meds or something. So throughout the evening, there have been intense fumes and odors filling this corner right here, and a lot of slamming and banging noises directly behind this wall. I was in court with the landlord last Wednesday, and Mr. Eliseyev, the property manager, claimed that Unit 76 directly below is currently vacant and empty. So none of the fumes and odors that I keep smelling from this corner right here that do not come from the hallway, because I was in and out of the hallway all afternoon, all morning, none of those fumes and odors can possibly be coming from Unit 76 because it's vacant and empty, according to Mr. Eliseyev. When I tell Greenville that there's somebody slamming things around in the bathroom behind this wall, smoking all kinds of marijuana and cigar smoke, and something that smells like burning rubber, they tell me it's not possible for anyone to be in that bathroom because it is vacant and empty, and they tell me the fumes and odors come from directly below 76. Well, by their own admission, Unit 76 is now completely vacant and empty. I actually went down there a couple days ago just to see where the smoke and fumes that are filling this unit could possibly be coming from. And sure enough, all of the stuff from Unit 76 has been moved out, and it's now in the rear stairwell. There's nothing outside of the door. There's no doormat. There's none of the crap that the former tenant of 76 was storing in large amounts in the hallway outside of their door. So that's gone. So now there's obviously somebody behind this wall. At the same time, I have to keep running the water to this tap because it stinks and makes me sick when I try to use it. I don't know what chemical contaminants or biohazardous contaminants could possibly be leaching into the water from this tap, but it only happens to the water from this tap or to the water from my shower head, which I also cannot use because it smells so foul and overpowering that you literally jump out of the way as soon as you find yourself standing under shower water that stinks like fish and Parmesan cheese and like someone's 30-day-old unwashed feet. I mean, it's so foul that not only does the water suddenly have this overpowering stench, but you can smell the stink in the area around the shower. And no, it's not me. I'm not that dirty. The water stinks as soon as it comes straight out of that shower head. And it's the same stench that comes out of this tap. And this always happens when there's someone slamming things around in the bathroom behind this wall. At the same time, the masturbating nut job in Unit 88 directly next door, I mean, he doesn't even try to hide it. He deliberately and aggressively, loudly masturbates against that wall in the middle of the day. And he also blasts loud porn movies also in the middle of the day, so everybody has to hear it when they walk by his door. He started blasting nonstop, super loud video game noise throughout the afternoon today. That was so loud that I almost called the police because the wall was shaking and I could not hear my own soft music that I play on my phone. I couldn't hear anything in here. All I could hear was noise from his unit. So I've sent a couple of dozen emails about the foul smelling stench coming out of this tap from the water as it is coming out of this faucet right here. And it does not happen from the water that comes out of the bathroom tap down the hall. And I have to go down the hall to the common bathroom a couple dozen times a day just to get clean, fresh water that doesn't smell absolutely sickening and that does not sicken me when I try to use it, right? There's something really nasty in this water. And now that I'm making this video, whoever keeps smoking and propagating intense amounts of cigar smoke from behind this wall just now started doubling down on the smoke that is coming from the bathroom behind this wall. Again, it is not coming from below in 76 because Mr. Eliseyev admitted in court under oath 5 days ago that the unit directly below this one has recently become vacant and empty and there's nobody in there. Or at least he says. I mean, maybe there's somebody squatting in there because the people that he chooses to house in this building complex are so mentally disturbed and off the rails psychotic that they become violent for absolutely no reason and become destructive against the property. I mean, the thug directly below in 76 came up to my door several times and was slamming rods and sticks against it that broke. And then he left the pieces in the hallway directly outside of my door. Then he tried to throw things at my head and pulled the phone out of my hand when I was trying to call 911. Then he shoved me into my door. I mean, what is that? That if not a complete psychotic, violent nut job that should be in prison, not in a multi-unit commercial residential building where he has access to other tenants and can physically harm them and does, right? Same thing with the psychopath, Jay Irizarry, behind this wall. She's a registered sex offender. She's a known psychopath, according to the Boston Police Department. And apparently she's quite talented at picking locks. I've physically seen her picking the lock to my door at least 3 times between 2017 and 2019. And she wanted me to know that she was picking the lock because she stood in the doorway singing loudly and engaging in all kinds of attention-seeking, disruptive behavior. That's how you know you're dealing with a psycho, because they're so proud of their criminal abilities that they literally want you to know that that is exactly what they're doing. So she's doing this right now with these intense bursts of cigar smoke coming from behind this wall right now as I'm making this video, and the water that stinks and that makes me sick when I try to use it. There's something very wrong with this water, and it is a federal crime to contaminate any kind of tap water. So I'm going to have to actually file a court claim against the Greenville Group for the stinking, foul-smelling tap water that they're refusing to address, that they're refusing to do anything about. I mean, it's obviously Irizarry. It started happening in 2019 when she and her, I don't know, somebody she was living with in the bathroom behind this wall, started engaging in all kinds of construction work against the pipes to this tap from the inside of the bathroom behind this wall for like 2 hours on a Sunday afternoon. And then when I brought up the construction work to the maintenance manager, who was the maintenance manager at that time, he said he had no knowledge of any kind of work being done in that bathroom and that they don't work on Sundays. This means that Irizarry took it upon herself to either do the construction work herself or have somebody do it for her. And after that, the water from this tap, sure enough, started stinking really foul, making me sick when I try to drink it or when I try to rinse off dishes or food with it. And that keeps happening. And right now, again, as I'm making this video, there are intense amounts of overpowering smoke and fumes, really like now filling this entire corner right here. Now I have to open the door to the hallway to ventilate this space because the smoke and fumes are becoming sickening. I mean, it's a nauseating odor, sickening smell. Because it's like 38 degrees outside, I can't open the window. It's really cold. I have to open the door to the hallway, guys. This keeps happening. This is disruptive. It is a violation of the lease. It prevents me from being able to do what I need to do in here. And it's the same psychotic, nonstop smoke and fume propagation from behind this wall as Irizarry started deliberately engaging in 2013 after she was placed in this building and in the unit behind this wall by the Greenville Group. Okay, so yeah, I keep saying that the smoke and fumes are coming from directly behind this wall from this corner right here, and they are. So I have to close the door now because it's even stronger in here. The smoke and fumes are even stronger in this bathroom. And now I have to open the door to the hallway because there's never any fumes or smoke or odors of any kind in the hallway. That's where the fresh air is, in the hallway. So Greenville's excuses about Irizarry's nonstop smoke propagation in the vacant premises of her former unit, and she verifiably continues to be housed in this building. According to Mr. Eliseyev, Irizarry is still living in the 5 unit building. she just doesn't officially live in Unit 78 anymore. Well, they're covering for her by saying that the smoke and fumes that fill my bathroom constantly and the area around my kitchen sink come from Unit 76 below. But now that Unit 76 is empty, they can't claim that. So then they're going to say the fumes and smoke come from the hallway. No, they don't. There's no smoke or fumes anywhere here. Yeah, that guy's unit is the size of a closet. Why is he always blasting his video game noise? Yeah, so the smoke and fumes don't come from the hallway. Yeah, it's so, like, the smoke is so thick in here. It's like a combination of cigar smoke and marijuana that I literally I have to keep this door open for ventilation because, again, there's no smell or smoke or fumes in the hallway right now. That's where all the clean, fresh air is. But this area right here, in this corner right here, absolutely stinking like cigar and marijuana smoke. And my bathroom is so filled with it, I had to close the door. This is ridiculous.